Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update Saturday, January 18th, 7:45 p.m. Mountain Time 2025. The prediction of solar cycle 26 and 27, the first one, is out, and we will go over all the details. Plus, we've got back-to-back storms for the East Coast, one after another, and the second one that's going to be hitting Tuesday and Wednesday will be record-breaking. Keep calm. It's boom time. A quick update on the LA fire situation. Just 2 fires left in LA. They are doing their job. Good news, the largest, the Palisades fire, no growth, only more containment, now 43% contained. The Eaton fire is all but out at 73% containment. And that baby is over as well. So good news coming from Southern California after, well, lots of bad news. More bad news for the rest of the U.S. Extreme cold temperatures, maybe some temperatures we haven't seen for decades, is forecast for much of the U.S. in the days ahead. And with cold temperatures in place like that, any weather system is going to bring snow. And we have a snowstorm headed to the northeast, including D.C., Philly, New York City, and Boston. And it's getting underway already. A quick moving but significant storm will sweep through the northeast with accumulating snow and a slew of travel problems from Sunday to Sunday night. And it will be kicking in high gear shortly here. We will have the full forecast in just a moment. This winter storm warning issued in Massachusetts for up to 8 inches of snow. Going to be on the tail end there. Here are the winter watch alerts until Monday at 7 a.m. for Hartford, Amherst, Worcester, and even Boston. And we have up to 8 inches of snow possible in parts of New Hampshire as well. As a winter storm warning for snow is up for parts of the Philly region on Sunday. And the Link and the Eagles game is going to get sloppy. Go Birds! And here's the full forecast. Winter storm for the mid-Atlantic and northeast as Arctic air spreads south and east into next week. A developing winter storm will track across the mid-Atlantic and the northeast Sunday and Sunday night. Meanwhile, Arctic air continues to dive southward across the center of the nation and will spread eastward into the new week. Cold temperatures and strong winds will result in dangerous low wind chill values for locations along and east of the Rockies. For Southern California, the Santa Ana winds return, but the good news is they've got those fires pretty much contained. Will there be new breakout fires? Pray for the best. We've got extreme cold warnings in the dark blue, cold watches in the blue everywhere, including Texas, the nexus of the Schmexis. Freeze warnings down to South Texas. Winter storm warnings and watches up for the South, as well as the Central Appalachians, all the way up through the Northeast, including, the Philly burbs. I think you're going to get some snow you haven't seen in quite some time, Philly burbs, as well as North Jersey, the Catskills, and even southern New York. So buckle up, Buttercup, and, it's been a while. Shut up, Al! Get in your hole! Let's take a look at the snowfall forecast while Al gets in his hole. Al Gore is not happy that all 50 states are getting snow by the end of January. I'm happy. We're looking at the CMC model, so let's move it through. Here is the snow happening in the Northeast now as that second system dips down towards Texas. Here is Sunday morning, all the way through Monday morning. That blast of snow is going to hit the Northeast like a beast, starting in West Virginia, moving up through the Philly suburbs, southern New York and Boston and New Hampshire and Vermont and Maine and New Brunswick. And then that second system develops Monday night into Tuesday morning, explodes over East Texas. Louisiana is going to be picking up record snow, maybe snow totals that will be the most ever recorded, certainly for the day. We've got a huge swath of snow for the southern tier states, including southern Mississippi, southern Alabama, holy mama, southern Georgia, South Kakalaki, and we're talking a coastal storm with beach snow for North Carolina and South Carolina. Also going to be picking up some snow in the panhandle of Florida with frost and freeze warnings out. Holy macaroni. And after that, the models are a little squishy, but it's showing snow in 50 states before February begins. I can't remember a time that's happened. Let's take a look at this Arctic air that's going to be moving down here tomorrow. Holy macaroni. It's going to be dipping into Texas Sunday. The nexus of the schmaxis with lows in the teens for many areas. And look how far down it pushes all the way into Mexico and South Texas here on Sunday. It will not moderate. These are the high temperatures Sunday into Monday. And then Monday morning, holy macaroni, freezing temperatures in all 50 states for Monday, January 20th. And it is going to be cold. Look at southern Florida. And here we are, Tuesday, another lose day for most of the U.S. Look at some of the cold temperatures up here in the northern states. By Tuesday, we're talking minus 31 for North Dakota, maybe minus 30 for, say it ain't soda, Minnesota, but a huge swath of minus 20 or more over a half a dozen states here, Tuesday, January 21st. That cold is going to moderate, but that cold plume is going to move through Ohio with some record-breaking temps there at minus 25 by Wednesday. And the East is going to be suffering late next week, especially Thursday. Take a look at these temperatures in Pennsylvania. Minus 9 in the West and minus 3 in the Poconos. And that cold goes all the way down to Philly and South Jersey. These are going to be some record-breaking cold numbers that haven't been seen in decades. Holy macaroni. Europe is not out of the woods either. GFS model showing snow for the UK, for northern Spain and the Alps, and huge totals here in Norway. Hey. Seismic update. No quakes of note. Most recent rumbler here, 40 kilometers depth at the South Kermadec. Interesting rumbler kicking off 3.5 in Mooringsport, Louisiana. I think Louisiana is scared for what's about to happen. Worldwide volcano news for the 18th of January. Swanosima, the first on the list today, 6,000-foot puff there. Simaru, who knew, 15,000-foot blast. Reventador puffing. Santo Huito to 15. Ibu to 7. Swanosima, 6,000-foot puff there. Fuego to 15,000-foot. Ibu to 7,000. Simaru to 15,000-foot. Nevado de Ruiz, 20,000-foot blast there. Popo to 19,000-foot today. Santo Huito to 13,000. Conleon, 9,000-foot blast. Ducono, 8,000-foot puff. That's quite a few volcanoes. We've got Semaru to 15, Fuego to 15, Reventador, new volcanic ash, Popo to 19, Ibu to 7, Marapi, puffing and passing, Sangay to 21,000 feet, Sakonejima, 5,000-foot blast today, Conleon, 9,000-foot puffer, and that wraps up worldwide volcano news for the day. Quick look at space weather. We've got big sunspot arrays. Look at these active regions. They're just not active. The last 24 hours has been paltry as the solar flare detection and the X-ray flux slowly drops down towards B range. Telemetry showing no coronal hole coupling yet. And that brings us to the prediction of solar cycles 26 and 27 based on LSTM and FCN. This is long short-term memory, fully convolutional networks. Yeah, it's a predictive programming model here to predict the sunspot number, amplitudes, and peak times of solar cycle 26 and 27. Solar cycle 26, according to this paper and this model, is expected to peak in June of 2034 with an amplitude of 194.4 sunspots, and cycle 27 expected to be even larger and peak in July of 2045 with an amplitude of 244 sunspots. Now, take this with a grain of salt. Almost all of these predictions are completely incorrect. Grand solar minimum much? Guys, join us in a few minutes over at Magnetic Reversal News for an amazing expose on ancient forests, some buried in glacial tombs now being uncovered, and even some flooded by the ocean, including an underwater forest off the coast of Alabama dating to 60,000 years ago with the trunks of the trees in upright positions with the roots still nestled in the ground. We'll see you all over there in a few minutes. As scientists make a disturbing new discovery while studying human urine samples, we urgently need to classify this. It's not looking good, folks. It's not easy to be exact, but this study sampled 150 people and detected frequencies between 60 and 100% of a chemical called 6-PPD and 6-PPDQ, which are rubber additives commonly used in tires. That doesn't sound like something that should be in our body. The long-term effects of this 6-PPD in humans hasn't been extensively studied. But what's clear to researchers is that 6-PPD's source, tire-based pollution, is a big problem. It's not easy to be exact, but studies estimate that tires can create anywhere from 10 to 28% of the world's microplastic pollution, according to National Geographic. And these particles don't just disappear. They end up in our water, our soil, and even our nutsacks. I said it. The only way to remove these from your drinking water is a reverse osmosis system, which is why we partnered with ITEL, so that you can get the best and safest drinking water on earth to extend your life and live happy, wealthy, and wise. The ITL portable reverse osmosis filtration system is one of the cheapest on the market and the highest rated. $299, but use our coupon code ORP20 for 20% off. Huge savings, and get free shipping on the unit. And guys, if you haven't heard, a friend of the channel and a friend of ours lost everything in a fire. And no, it's not in Southern California. They're here in Pagosa. They moved here because of the channel. They're personal friends of ours, and they lost everything in a home fire. If you can help out any amount, it would be greatly appreciated over here. Help these guys recover from their home being destroyed in a fire. Read all about it. Jason Carr is a good friend. And, well, give until it hurts. And that's a boom to knowledge. Please share the video. We're shadow banned. We need your help to grow. The best thing you can do is hit that subscribe button. That is the best way for free to help the channel grow and hit that algorithm. Join us in a few minutes over at Magnetic Reversal News for an amazing hour of science on ancient, well, buried forests. No.